Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown for Tuesday, April 17th, guys. Wow, rough day. I'm feeling rough this morning. I got my ass handed to me last night. 1 and 2 on the video picks and a rough night on the paid picks. But you know what? It comes with the territory. I don't back down from it. You know what? If you can't take that beating once in a while in this business, then we're in the wrong business. But resiliency, bouncing back, and no quit attitude goes a long way. Trust me, I'm as frustrated as anybody. It just does not sit well with me, but we can't look backwards. We can't make excuses. We've got to move forward. All right, we got some baseball to talk about, a little bit of hockey to talk about, and also some NBA basketball for tonight. Getting into the baseball, we got Washington at New York Mets. Gio Gonzalez is toeing the rubber for Washington up against Zach Wheeler. The Mets had a loss yesterday, a rare loss early in the season. Washington favored on the road minus 118. Then you got Cleveland, a big favorite at Minnesota. Corey Kluber's going to be pitching, going up against Jake Odorizzi for Minnesota. Cleveland on the road minus 190. No call on that. Boston at L.A. All right, Shohei Ohtani, it's time. This guy's batting .367 with 33 at-bats as a pinch hitter. All right, he's 2-0, got an ERA under 2. This guy is unbelievable. They're playing against Boston, you know, a good Boston team with David Price on the mound. With Ohtani, L.A. is favored minus 155. I'm going to stay off of that, but I'm going to enjoy it as a fan. Wow, that guy certainly making baseball fun again. And you got Colorado going up against Pittsburgh. Shit starting to get real for Pittsburgh. Let's see how they bounce back. Bettis is on the mound for Colorado going up against Trevor Williams for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored at home minus 140. And then the last game we're going to talk about, and we got to play in it, St. Louis at the Cubs. They're finally going to get to play. Weather conditions look like it's going to be okay. Chatwood on the mound for the Cubbies, minus 128, going up against Wainwright for St. Louis. Wainwright really struggling early in the season. He tends to do this from time to time. I think the extra day's worth of rest will help the bats for the Cubs more than it will St. Louis. Pull that trigger, baby, with the Chicago Cubs on the money line, minus 128. All right, then we're going to talk about some hockey. We got Washington at Columbus. Washington is down 2-0, now going on the road. Both overtime losses. That can drain a team or that can turn a team around. Washington, though, they have that playoff mystique where they can't get it done. We'll see what happens. I'm going to stay off it, but Columbus has to keep that pressure on. All right, they got to be smothering on defense at home. They're favored minus 140, Columbus. Then you got Winnipeg at Minnesota. Minnesota favored minus 115. They had a big 6-2 to win in the last game that got them back in the series. Winnipeg is up 2-1, but they're only 1 for 8 on their power play in this series, to where Minnesota is 3 for 7. So that might be a deciding factor. Minnesota at home, can they tie the series up? I don't know. And you got the Vegas Golden Knights, one of the best stories in hockey or sports for that matter this year. The franchise expansion franchise is at L.A. They're going for the sweep, baby. They scored 3 third-period goals in Game 3 against L.A. To take that 3-0 lead. Did that take the gas out of the tank? I don't know. L.A. is only one of 4 teams in the history of hockey playoffs to ever come down from a 3-0 deficit in the playoffs, and when they did, they won the Stanley Cup that year. L.A. favored at home, minus 125. No call in hockey tonight, but I will enjoy those games as a fan. All right, Milwaukee's at Boston. Bledsoe and Tony Snell need to really show up if this team has a chance. Chris Middleton, G-Man, they did everything pretty much. They had a monster game, but they're going to have another monster game. Al Horford needs to repeat that performance from Game 1. Let's see if he can do it. Boston is favored at home, minus 2.5. And you got New Orleans at Portland. New Orleans, I'm telling you, this team is stronger than people think. When they picked up Miratek from Chicago after Boogie Cousins went down, it was a great move. He has gelled very quickly with this offense. Anthony Davis said he loves playing with them. This team's dangerous. They're a very dangerous team. In Portland, Lillard and Nurkic, all right, they got to lead this team by example. They got to show up, but Nurkic had his hands full trying to defend Anthony Davis, and it didn't work out too well. Portland favored at home, minus 6.5. Oh, God, I'm thinking about that dog. All right, then you got Toronto versus Washington. No more Game 1 jinxes for Toronto. They finally got that out of their minds. Washington, Markieff Morris and Mike Scott combined for 36 points in Game 1. They've got to show up again. can, because Bradley Beal and John Wall won't be able to do it all. I think the pressure's going to be on them. I like one pick in this, and we're going to pull that trigger, baby, on Toronto in the first quarter. First quarter, minus 1.5 or 2. I think getting rid of that game one jinx, they're going to want to come out early. They're going to feel good. They're going to feel fresh. They're going to cover that first quarter. All right, guys, that's all we got today. Short video. Apologize for the lack of production, but this thing, it's the ups and the downs, baby. It's the ebbs and the flows of the business. Keep your head up. I'm going to get this thing put back together. 2 picks today. In baseball, we're riding with the Chicago Cubs on the money line, minus 128. And in NBA, we're riding Toronto on the first quarter, minus 1.5 or minus 2. 2 solid picks. Let's bounce back. Hang in there, guys. All right, guys, make sure you're spending some family time. That's how we pay it forward. Let's keep working hard at our regular job, whatever it is that you do, but also don't lose focus on trying to help somebody else out along the way. All right, let's bet responsible, beat your bookie, and build that bank with Brenner, because the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown is coming to you, baby. Win or lose, we don't back down. We own it when we lose, and we don't gloat whatsoever when we win. But it's time to get back on that hot streak, so stay tuned.